We're Chloe and Ben, an Australian couple who have packed up our lives and traded it for one on the move.
Whether it's navigating the ocean or wandering the land, we've got you covered.
Subscribe for regular episodes as we explore the earth by sail, van and foot. This is like the 50th time I tried to do this. We have a little bit of news. So we just got off the boat in Manly, in Brisbane, and we decided just to go have a little bit of an R&R after seeing Ollie, my dog. But Chloe has had a bit of an opportunity pop up.
Combined with
the fact that Ollie is...
he's an old dog.
He's an old dog. He's turning 15 this year, and he hasn't been too well. So look, the thing is, we're going to take Ollie back to Melbourne.
We did take him to the vet when we got to Brisbane, and the vet basically said that there's a few things going on which are not great for his health. He is in a bit of pain in his back legs, which have been that way for a while. At this point, it's really about spending quality time with him, which we obviously haven't whilst we've been on the boat. And
at the end of the day, she thinks she's my best friend, but it's actually Chloe. So that's the first bit of news. But Chloe has had an opportunity pop up, which she sort of can't really look past. Yeah,
so an opportunity has come up where I am going to be able to go to Europe for a few weeks and hike the Camino Portugese, which is a trail that runs from Lisbon all the way up to Santiago. So it's through Portugal and Spain. So I'm going to be doing that. And
with your mum?
Yeah, with mum. So that'll be really nice.
Carol.
Yeah, opportunity that I definitely couldn't give up.
So yeah, I'll be by myself for a few weeks. I'll spend that time with Ollie, and Chloe will have some fun over there in Europe with her mum. It is about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to drive all the way back home, but in this episode, it's a special episode because it's not really going to involve Chloe. I'm going to tell you a story about the time I went to Nepal and almost died. Guess it all starts with Katmandu. Landing in Katmandu felt like I had travelled back in time. I'd explored Asia extensively, and there was something different about this place. Perhaps it was the connection to the Himalayas that had drawn me in. I navigated my way through the busy streets in search of my brother Renjo. We were to meet at the Buddhanath Stupa, a pilgrimage destination which looked incredibly different 60 years ago to what it looks like now. Andrew and I had some extra supplies we needed for our trek. Things like walking poles, warm clothes and water bottles. Thame was a perfect location to pick up these last minute items. And it was made even more special as it was the holy festival Diwali, which is a festival that celebrates the triumph of light over darkness and good over evil. They decorate the town and even the dogs. He's been blessed. Even the angry ones get a look in. How you feeling, dude?
Pretty good. A little sleepy, but show the flight awake now.
We don't know if we're going in a plane or a helicopter, we'll find out in a minute.
Oh yeah, so we're flying into Lukla, arguably one of the most dangerous airports in the world because of its steep incline and the fact that it's surrounded by mountains. Many accidents have happened in the past, and we've been nervous about the plane ride. Lucky for us though, we're going on helicopters, but it meant splitting up with Andrew for a couple of hours as there wasn't enough room for both of us on the first flight. Being older, I got to go first.
Holy shit.
After a quick breakfast of eggs and toast, I headed back down to the helipads to wait for Andrew to arrive. It was fascinating to watch the place buzz with activity as a constant flow of helicopters flew in with travellers and supplies, almost like the mountains were waking up. Andrew arrived a couple of hours after I had, and once he did, we were straight to the trail.
It's our porter, DJ. He's the real hero.
Phakding.
Phakding.
The celebrations of Diwali extended into the mountains, and after some downtime at one of the highest pool tables in the world, we partied with the locals into the night.
Day 2, Phakding to Namche Bazaar. It's a bit of an uphill battle today. Every other day from here actually. We're crossing the Edmund Hillary Bridge, the suspension bridge, and then after that going up like 600 meters. We ready for this, Mansing? Hey!
tough stuff yet. Andrew's doing okay. I'm struggled a little bit that last bit, just getting uphill. It's just tight in the chest, can't breathe properly. So it's only going to get worse. So yeah, how you feeling?
Feeling great, man.
Youth. Crossing the Edmund-Hillary Bridge, a place I've wanted to go for like 20 years. It's absolutely stunning. Woo! We live. Good, bro. Namche Bazaar is known as the gateway to the Himalayas and to the Everest region, a great stopping place for acclimatisation and to pick up any last supplies you may need.
Day 3, and we're having an acclimatation day. We're going up about 400 metres, and then we'll come back down to where we are at the moment, which is Namche Bazaar, and I got to show you this view. We didn't know it was here before. We woke up to it this morning. Check that out. That is insane.
If you're doing the 3 passes trek, this acclimatisation hike is a must. Not just to get you used to the thinning air and avoid altitude sickness, but because it gives you some of the best sights of Mount Everest and Ama Dablang that will take your breath away. Literally.
Da 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 da.
Start CPR.
That is a long way down. The next day, we left Namche and headed west, away from the main Everest Base Camp trail and away from the crowds.
You gonna have a hot shower, Alfred?
No. No more shower. It's gonna be military all the way until I'm back in.
What does military mean?
Eh?
What do you mean by military?
Use the wet wipe and powder. That's it.
And then where do you wipe?
Critical areas.
Mission critical.
The higher we went, the harder our bodies had to work. With each step, the altitude was making it harder and harder to breathe. But the beauty of the mountains masked the pain. I was in a place I had dreamt about since I was 6 years old, and in this moment of pain, I was the happiest I'd been in a while.
Someone's gonna do an ankle.
Going to Lungden, and then tomorrow morning we'll wake up at 4 a.m. to have breakfast, and then try and attempt to head over the pass, which is like up here somewhere. It's like up and over one of our first passes, and then we've got 2 more passes after that. Today's a good day. It's fairly simple and easy. We're just sort of gradually going up. We've just hit over 4,000 meters, which is good, and the breathing's okay at the moment. It gets harder at night time when it's cold. Fingers crossed for the pass. We'll check in again.
It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're all getting up to have some breakfast because we're gonna climb our first pass today, aren't we? Yeah. Andrew's excited. Look how excited he is. He's like, yeah. Got water?
Yeah, thanks.
You good?
We are just heading up the Renjo pass at the moment. It's cold. The ground has frost on it, but we're doing okay. It's good. The sun's just starting to come up, as you can see on the mountains, and good morale from these guys. See? Alfred's loving it. A couple more hours until the top, I think. We'll see you then.
What I was soon to discover was that this climb was going to need every ounce of physical and mental energy that I had. My chest started to feel like it was crushing, and my pace started to really slow down. It took everything to lift each foot and make the next step.
Oh, we're like halfway up, somewhere down the bottom there, and we're going up there still, probably another 300 meters or so. It's getting really hard to breathe. We're probably over 5,000 meters at the moment. Getting a slight headache as well, but yeah, I'm sure the view from the top will be amazing. Andrew's just over there, he's cruising. Close, we'll get there, we're so close. This is by far one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. We're about 5,200 meters, maybe more, and it's really hard to breathe. When you're walking or doing anything, even just going through your bag, it's hard to breathe. My guide has just said, take one step at a time, so that's what I'm trying to do. We still have to go all the way up there. Or over there, somewhere. You can do it. 5,340 maybe 40 meters.
We're close. Save your breath. Just get those last 50 steps in. Oh, don't make it that, don't do that.
Oh my god. Made it. I'm that exhausted, I'm falling asleep and I'm literally on the edge of the cliff. So, probably not the most ideal place to fall asleep. But, fact is, we made it to the top. It's a huge effort. It's probably, it is definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Especially the fact that you can't breathe and it's just none of your body wants to work up here. So, but the reward is absolutely worth it. There's Mount Everest right there, and then a bunch of others. Now we've got to go down. It's about 3 hours down, and we're going to this little town by the lake, down here somewhere. Wish us luck.
What you didn't see on that climb is that my brother Andrew showed his true colours. As I was struggling, I told him not to wait and to climb to the top without me. A couple of hours later, as I was probably about 300 metres from the top, he came back down the mountain and offered to carry my bag. When I asked him what the view from the top looked like, he told me he didn't look. He said that he didn't want to essentially cross the finish line without me. In that moment of true respect, our brotherly bond was stronger than ever. The trek from the pass to Gokyo Lake was a steep and unsteady descent across loose rock and snow. We'd been travelling in a group of 2 guides, 2 porters, as well as 5 trekkers, myself and Andrew, along with 3 others, Alfred, Mark and Michael. None of us had expected what was about to happen.
You're heading off on a med evac, right?
Absolutely. Just wanted to check it out. Make sure I'm
Yeah, you did well yesterday pushing to the top, bro.
Michael had been struggling with severe altitude sickness, and the call was made to get him a chopper back to Katmandu to be checked out. Watching him fly away was a difficult one for all of us. I could imagine how heartbreaking it would be to leave the challenge due to medical reasons. Plus, the thought of not making it to Everest Base Camp was too tough to even comprehend.
Andrew, what's wrong?
The dung stinks. The burning yak shit stinks.
Oh, look at that. They're all drying out for the fires.
You see any trees?
So we're about to head down into this glacier. Last couple of days been a bit tough for me. Just had a bit of altitude sickness. But this guy, Mansing, he's been looking after me, haven't you? He's my guide. So fingers crossed. But that's where we're going. Out into there. Thanks, lads. I'll carry water so I can keep drinking. Otherwise, I'm sucking on your nipple.
All jokes aside, I knew something was extremely wrong with my body. It didn't just feel like altitude sickness. And I slowly felt my dream of completing this trek slipping away.
Okay, so before I get to what happened, I just want to say, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. You guys watching our videos, liking them, commenting on them, it goes a long way to helping us. And if you want to click that subscribe button below if you haven't already, that does help us make more content and put out more videos like this for you. So yeah, big thank you to all of you watching right now. So yeah, I was flown out of the mountains and we made the 45-minute trek back to Katmandu on the very last helicopter of the day. And I believe that it's quite a mission to get me on board that helicopter. And when I got to the airport, they put me in an ambulance, full sirens, and just rushed me towards the hospital, which I thought was probably a little bit of an overkill. But when I did get to the hospital, I spent 5 days there, and they did a bunch of tests on my lungs, my heart. One point in time, I had 5 blood tests in one day, which I thought was completely insane. But the end result was that I had altitude sickness, which then led to pulmonary hypertension, which is apparently where your lungs sort of compress and squeeze all the blood vessels and whatnot. And then that led to my heart struggling, and I actually went into heart failure. And the doctors at the hospital in Katmandu told me that had I not have been on board that last flight and I spent another night in the mountains, there's a good chance that I probably wouldn't be here anymore. And that was sort of a tough pill to swallow. I actually didn't really take it on board too much until I got back to Australia and I spoke to the doctors over here. They went through all my results, and the doctor, she, at one point after I was joking quite a lot about it, she put her hand on my hand and she just said, "Ben, I need you to understand how serious this was. You almost died." Definitely didn't feel like that when I was in the mountains. I struggled so much, I could barely put a foot in front of the other. In fact, there was one point where all the boys were throwing rocks into this lake in the glacier, and I couldn't even pick up a rock and throw it. That's how exhausted I was. And to be told that you almost died was just, yeah, I thought it was a bit surreal. Everest Base Camp is a place that I've wanted to go since I was a little kid, and we could have taken the easy route. We could have gone along the normal Everest Base Camp trail, but no, we decided to go the 3 Passes trek, which we were told when we got there was not only the hardest trek in Nepal, but one of the hardest treks in the entire world, and it shows. It was very tough, and despite being extremely disappointed about not making the entire trek, I was also really proud of myself for making it as far as I did. Just a little peek behind the curtains, 4 months before I actually had spinal surgery and had limited time to train, and I knew that going into it was going to be extremely tough to accomplish. And yeah, to get over that pass that day and push through, yeah, I'm proud. And not only myself, but proud of my brother, who stuck by my side the entire time. He could have easily gone ahead and sort of raced through each day without me, but he decided just to sort of stick with me and do it together, which I'm really grateful for. When he did eventually make it over the next pass and into the Mount Everest Base Camp area, he did something for me which was extremely special, and sort of felt like I was part of his journey as well, and almost like I made it there with him. And for that, I'm extremely thankful. So, Andrew, love you, bro.
Thanks for you, Ben. Sorry you couldn't be here, buddy. I almost didn't make it myself. Promise is a promise.